Dr. Colin Montgomery, with Godspeed, blessing, I ask you to confirm medical degrees to these students, these graduates, after the next speech. Their doctorate and their hoods. And graduates, nothing is impossible. Live the impossible dream. Thank you.
Dr. Wilkerson, distinguished members of the faculty, distinguished guests, parents, all, and graduates. Graduates, I would like to first of all congratulate you on this signal achievement, an MD degree from the American International School of Medicine. You're about to become a card-carrying member in the real world of clinical medicine, with direct responsibility in patient care. You will shortly be a permanent fixture in the health team, whose line authority you must learn very quickly and disrespect at your own peril. You'll find that you must negotiate the nuances, and there are many, in this trade. The unspoken, but the expected, while on the run. In this world of clinical medicine, concepts from studenthood are to be applied and analyzed. Adventure and excitement of clinical scenarios will go a-begging. And empathy for the dying and celebration of the recovered are staple to the profession. Clinical judgment and acumen and skills acquisition are there for the taking, all in the setting of tired, harassed bodies, your bodies, over long weekends with seemingly over-demanding, ruthless attendees who you're already accustomed to. While you mumble under your breath, how did I get into this? Will this heuristic plunge into lifelong practice ever end? I wish you God's blessings, not only in your future career, but also as a person and as an individual, which patients and attendings often forget. I pray that through it all, you will not only find satisfaction and fulfillment in this vicarious trade, where paperwork will take up 66% of your time, and where the fear of a lawsuit from a trigger-happy lawyer has led to several career attritions, but more importantly, that you secure the God-given purpose for your life, and that you will fulfill your God-given potential in your lifetime. After all, in mathematics, whether it be divine or natural, what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his own soul? Or what can a man give in exchange for his soul? In my office in Guyana, on a lighter note, I have a multicultural group of young ladies who work with me. And they are fairly attractive. They have a gift of beauty. And one patient, I gave him an appointment. I said, you know, you need to come back in a month. He says, no, 2 weeks. I said, a month. He says, no, come back in 2 weeks. And another, he was a Jamaican, and he was quite virile. And we said, sir, you need to take your clothes off. And he looks at us and with a smarting in his eyes, he goes, "Shall I take up everything?" Third, he's French-Canadian. Due respect to any French-Canadians that are here. He was about to have a procedure done in the pre-med phase, and he says to the young lady, he says, "Is there anything that you can do for me?" Now, these are scenarios that you could see from time to time in medical practice. The Bible says that a man's gift will make a way for him, and God has blessed him with many gifts, and do use them. In closing, I'd like to illustrate the opportunities that you as graduates have, and I'd like to encourage you to let you know that the sky is the limit, and there's nothing that you cannot achieve. And to do that, I'll go back a little bit to Guyana, where I'm from. In the 80s, and we had what was called national service, and I just got back there as the first gastroenterologist, first and only, except for the person I left that I trained. And in those days, we had National Health Service. And so students who were interested in a career in medicine would come first to some doctor to spend a year in national service. And so I had a young man that paid. And as a gastroenterologist who just got back there, I, of course, was excited. I started doing endoscopy for the first time in the country. And he was part of the team. And I said, would you like to be involved in research? And of course he was. So he did the research in hepatitis serology in the country, which was, for the graduates, 4.4%, which is extremely high. Hepatitis B surface antigen. And later on he went to the medical school, which I was director. And then subsequently went out into the wide world. It's our privilege to train you and then to watch expectantly as you go into the wider world. And we expect you to do well. We know you will do well. He did his residency, etc. And I was at the Association of West Indian Gastroenterologists meeting just a month ago. And the person who was giving the presidential address, he's a man by the name of Peter Cotton. He's English, but he's the world's leading authority on ERCP, which looks at the gallbladder and the pancreas. Indeed, he was the one who was responsible while he was at St. Thomas's in London to lead to the evolution of the gastroscope. When he got there, it was a rigid instrument, and they weren't using it, and then he worked with it, and then as a result, gastroscopy, as we know today, had its evolution. So he gave a lecture, a distinguished lecture, a presidential lecture on the evolution and his contribution to the evolution of endoscopy as we know today. And he's in Charleston, that's where he practices, and at the end of the lecture I went up to him. I've known him way back from the times when I was in England as a fellow in gastroenterology. And he said, "Oh, you know, Clarence, I have one of my graduates, one of Guyanese with you," and he gave me his name. And you would know who it is. It is the same young man, M. Chandrabaran, who had come to me to do national service for 1 year. He studied medicine while I was medical director. He's become a gastroenterologist, having gone to Yale. He's now working with somebody who is the front runner, the lead literally, in this world of endoscopy. I could tell you many stories like this, but the sky is the limit for you. And take the limit off you. Wherever you want to go, there are opportunities abound. I would ask you to exploit them, but do so very guardedly, very respectfully, and always seek your tutors and your mentors in particular for guidance. They're only too happy to do that. Congratulations.